What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with a Hasbro Star Wars The Vintage Collection market update. We've got a number of really nice items that sold here recently, and we're going to start off with some lots. There's been a lot of lots with multiple mint-on-card vintage collection that have sold here recently, and all of them, I believe, are by the same seller. This Neat Stuff Collectibles guy must have gotten in a huge collection, and he sold off in auctions lots of mint on cards that all sold for what I consider to be pretty darn good deals. And we're going to start off with Han Solo. This is the Yavin Ceremony Han Solo, the Han in trench coat with the Boba Fett offers to the original issue. The foil Echo base outfit with the Boba Fett rocket firing mailed away. And then the Darth Maul offer sticker on the Han Solo Bespin outfit. The Han Bespin was unpunched. The Han Trenchcoat was unpunched. A little bit of waves to the card and so forth, but some of these prices I thought were great. This lot of 4 sold for $87 on 22 bids, $15 shipping. He had another lot with all Luke Skywalkers, and this was, I think, a great deal. This had the Luke Hoth outfit, the Death Star Escape, which we know is a fairly expensive one. The Dagobah Landing Luke, which we all know is very expensive. This one alone can command $100 to $125 or more. The Luke Skywalker Indoor Capture, and then the deleted Blu-ray scene Luke Skywalker lightsaber construction. So a pretty nice looking lot there. Here are the back of the cards. Cards look pretty clean overall. That lot sold for $188.50 plus $15 shipping. I mean, as I mentioned, just the Luke Dagobah Landing alone can go for $100 to $125. So to get all 5 of those for, let's call it round numbers, $200, that's a pretty good deal. Next up was a lot of Expanded Universe and Clone Wars figures. This lot included the ARC Trooper Commander, Nominor, or Skeletor if you feel like talking dirty. Darth Malgus, which, by the way, I just finished up the book called Deceived, which basically is focused on Darth Malgus. That is an excellent read. If you haven't read that book, it's Star Wars: The Old Republic. Deceived is the name of the book, and it's focused on Malgus. And I fell in love with Malgus as a character just from a aesthetic standpoint, but to get to his story fleshed out, which is what that book does. Highly recommend you read that one. I don't know why I hadn't read that one yet, but I hadn't. Clone Wars Anakin, first issue, and then the first issue Obi-Wan Kenobi. So all 5 of those sold at $198.50, which is, I think, another really great deal. The ARC Trooper Commander and Malgus, I think, are probably the 2 highlights, although these 2 are definitely up there in price as well, despite being reissued here recently. So another really fantastic deal. Here was a lot of 5 Boba Fetts. So this one included a punched example of the VC09 Boba Fett with the rocket firing offer. Another one, which I don't know if that's a reissue. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like it's the same one. So it's 2 of those with the rocket firing Boba Fett offer. We had one without the offer, and then a unpunched Revenge of the Jedi, as well as a Return of the Jedi with the prototype Boba Fett offer. So this is a really nice lot for $295, 39 bids. Just some steals of deals here, in my opinion. And here was a lot of 10 foil variants. So the Ultimate Galactic Hunt, and it included the Han Echo base outfit, the Luke Bespin, the Vader, which I do have that one in my collection, Darth Sidious, Anakin Skywalker, Clone Commander Cody, the Magna Guard, General Grievous, and the Clone Trooper. So this is a really hot batch here. It also included the Sand Trooper with the white paint apps. $800 took that home plus $20 shipping. So if you guys are willing to tackle big lots like this, there are some deals out there, and we've documented a few of them here recently in other videos, and I think most of them were by this seller, Neat Stuff Collectibles. So he might be one to watch because he tends to sell a lot of lots with special action figure sets and everything else. So he must have just gotten in a big collection. Another holy grail within the vintage collection, obviously, is VC20, the Canadian variant for Yoda. And this one obviously has the multi-language name pill, the Return of the Jedi card back, and then the Empire Strikes Back photo with the Revenge of the Sith actual figure. And then here's the back of the card. It wasn't perfect. We documented this on the channel as being one that continues to go up. It looks like it's got a little wear around the hang tab up there, above the hang tab, but Still, I mean, this is one of the grails, and the price did not disappoint. This sold for $1,325 plus shipping. So another data point there for those of you who are willing to tackle those big ticket items within the vintage collection line. Another Jango Fett sold, VC34. I don't know why I always pick on Jango Fett, but I like to take a look at and see what his prices are doing. This was the U.S. card unpunched with the prototype Fett offer. Here's the back of the card. Looks like it had just a little bit of edge wear, upper left-hand corner, as well as above the hang tab, but pretty good condition overall, probably like 85 condition. That sold for $137.50 plus $9 shipping. That's kind of right in line with where Jango Fett has been selling for similar condition items. If it's a little bit better condition, kind of like super near mint, you can probably talk about $150 to $175, but let's call it $150 on that one. Maybe a little high, but not too much. This was I got two R5D4s. This one was an ungraded example, VC40. It looked like it had a little bit of wear on the card to the right of the hang tab, which was unpunched, but pretty cool to see that one. And here's a photo that shows an indentation on the warning area, and maybe just some light litho damage, but pretty decent shape. By no means perfect, probably like 80 plus condition. Here's a close-up of the card back, just a little edge wear, so forth. But, it sold for $41 plus $11.60 shipping for, let's call that 80 to 80 plus condition, versus this graded example, which was graded AFA 9.0 on the modern scale with AFA. This was a gorgeous example. That one was listed for $299. The best offer that was accepted was $220. So $220 gets you a nice graded example for R5D4 VC40. I think that's a pretty decent deal. This RTA Driver that I just showed you in my what to buy video on YouTube, it did not last long. I think it sold to a Patreon subscriber, so I'm glad that a Patreon member was able to get that before the video released publicly. I just feel like there should be some perks for being a Patreon member, so they get all videos a day earlier, and they definitely pounced on a few of those items that I showed in the what to buy video. But this one sold for $125, free shipping. This one was a really interesting one, and I was super tempted to bid on this one. This was a factory error. This was Barris Offie, but it had no tattoos on her face. So you can see here that her face is missing those little dots on her face. So it's just a factory error where they forgot to apply that paint to her face, and it was noted on the AFA label, which I was surprised by. But graded AFA 85, 90, 80, 90 were the subscores. It sold for $140 plus $15 shipping. Pretty cool deal. For a factory error, you got to command a little bit of a premium, especially when it's something that's on that grading label. I don't know what constitutes being on the grading label versus not. I had that question recently over Instagram. I don't know the answer, but maybe it's just for very obvious kind of factory errors like that, where the dots on her face are missing. Obviously, we've seen missing Wookiee braids, we've seen missing accessories, incorrect accessories, factory error miscards. All those types of things are usually on the grading label, but I can't tell you what constitutes something that's worthy of being on the label versus not. Several VC64 Revenge of the Jedi Slave Leia's sold. This is the retail release with the Boba Fett offer sticker, and this one was an unpunched example. That sold for $400 plus $9.85 shipping. Another one, this one sold for $440. Now this one is the SDCC version because it does not have the paperwork inside the blister and no prototype Boba Fett offer sticker on it. It was also unpunched, looked very clean, but this is the more desirable one. This is what the one that was packed in the Death Star play set or Death Star box set. So this one sold for $440 plus $20 shipping, so a little bit more. Another one that's just sold here recently is VC100 Star Killer. It was labeled as unpunched and case fresh. It did look very, very clean. Here's the back of the card. Very light edge wear, if at all. There's a little bit of scuffing down there by the Hasbro logo. A little bit of scuffing on the left-hand side there, but very minor, probably like 85 plus condition. That sold for $220.50 plus $6 shipping. Next up is LUMAT. We all know that LUMAT is apparently getting re-released here soon. Maybe it's low grade. I'm getting them mixed up. But LUMAT is one that continues to command big money. This was unpunched. It did have a little bit of a scrape there, as you can see on the card back. Looks like some more scraping there below the warning label. But LUMAT is one that is just going up and up and up in value. It had a lot of edge wear on the back of the card, but it still sold for $144 plus $6 shipping. So let's call that $150 for LUMAT. Neon, this seller had 6 of them. All 6 of them have sold. $125 took that home with free shipping. All of them were unpunched. This one had a little bit of edge wear, as you can see, but they're holding its value pretty well here for a number of these releases. This one is the unpunched VC08 Return of the Jedi Darth Vader. There's also obviously a Revenge of the Jedi. This one has the Boba Fett offer sticker, and that one sold for $250 plus free shipping. And then we also have VC115 Darth Vader Emperor's Wrath. This one continues to hold its value really strongly, and it wasn't perfect, but it was in pretty darn good condition overall. You can see some very, very minor dings there and kind of light scuffs on the card back, but that's still sold at auction for $145.50 plus $5 shipping on 3 bids. That one closed on July 31st. Here was a Return of the Jedi Boba Fett with the Boba Fett prototype sticker. Looks like it had a little bit of creasing or spider veining there on the right-hand side in the wording, but a little bit of card fold that could probably get straightened out with a star case or a case shell. And that one sold for $250 free shipping. So that's a pretty big number there. Finally, we're going to finish it off with Jabba's sail barge, obviously the HasLab sail barge. This one included the factory shipper as well as all the paperwork. It shows what it looked like inside the box, or this is still factory sealed inside the shipper box, but it also included all the paperwork behind the workbench. We really do care, all that kind of stuff. So all of that was included. That one sold at auction for $2,025 plus $100 shipping. That's down. That's down a little bit from some of the highs we've seen. The highs reached around $3,000. So it does seem like maybe some of these big ticket items that take up a lot of space in collection rooms maybe are coming down a little bit in price. But what do I know? Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back soon.